Did you know the first glasses didn't hook over your ears, fold up, or even stay on properly? For most of their history, eyeglasses were awkward little survival tools for readers. Then, bit by bit, they turned into something you could actually wear while living a normal life. Around 1000, readers in Europe used reading stones, polished half-domes of glass set straight on the page. They made letters look bigger without the wobble of a handheld magnifier, so slow reading got easier. That was a lifesaver for older scribes and scholars with presbyopia, when near vision starts slipping. But this thing was not wearable. It lived on the desk, basically a medieval paperweight that happened to help you read. Now the idea gets words. In 1267, Roger Bacon writes that a clear, curved piece of a sphere can make tiny letters look bigger. That is huge. Not a lucky trick at a workbench, but optics explained on the page. He ties it straight to reading, the everyday struggle. So this is not eyeglasses arriving yet. It is the science behind them finally entering history. Now the lens jumps off the page and onto the face. In northern Italy, around 1286, you get the first true spectacles. Two convex lenses in separate rims, pinned together with a rivet. They look like tiny hinged paddles. They help aging eyes read at close range, not every kind of blur. And they're clumsy, perched on the nose or steadied by a hand. By 1306, people were already talking about spectacles as a fresh invention. In a sermon, the Dominican friar Giordano da Pisa said the art of making them had appeared less than 20 years earlier. Historians love that line. It pins eyeglasses to living memory. And it shows how quickly this tiny tool mattered. New enough to mention from the pulpit, useful enough that everyone knew what he meant. Then printing hits. Gutenberg's project for the Bible didn't create spectacles, but it poured fuel on them. Suddenly, many more people are bent over lines of tiny type, instead of a few scribes over manuscripts. More books, more readers, more squinting, more people realizing the blur is in their own eyes. Spectacles start shifting from a tool of manuscript culture towards something everyday literacy will keep needing. Now the lens gets an explanation. In 1604, Johannes Kepler described how light enters the eye and forms an image, replacing a lot of old guesswork. That changed spectacles from trial and error craft towards something more testable. Makers could better grasp why a convex lens helps one kind of vision, while a concave lens helps another. Glasses are no longer just for aging readers. They can target short sight and long sight too. Then a London optician, Edward Scarlett, adds rigid sidepieces. Suddenly spectacles grip the head instead of perching on the nose or needing a hand. That changes everything. You can walk, turn, work, live in them. The first arms run straight back and squeeze at the sides, not over the ears. Fashionable wigs often hid those anyway. Once frames get arms, glasses start looking like a true everyday wearable. Then Benjamin Franklin gets fed up with juggling two pairs. In 1784, he's the first person clearly tied in the record to bifocals. One frame for across the room and down at the page. The original version was blunt and brilliant, Two lens halves joined together, distance on top, reading below. Simple fix, huge payoff. You could look up, look down, and keep moving. Then the optics got smarter. By 1826, the Paris optician Chamblant was supplying cylindrical lenses for astigmatism, a blur ordinary round lenses couldn't really clean up. This wasn't about straps or hinges. It changed what glasses could actually fix. Instead of a half-sharp world, more wearers could get lines to snap into focus. Eyewear was becoming tailored, less guesswork, more measured engineering. Then the lens itself started doing the work. In 1968, Corning's photogray glass could darken out in sunlight, then fade clear again indoors. Tiny silver halide crystals inside the lens reacted to light, so the eyewear changed with the weather and the room. Glasses were no longer just a fixed prescription. They were turning into everyday adaptive gear, part medical tool, part convenience tech. That's the strange triumph of eyeglasses. They didn't arrive fully formed. They crawled there, through monks, printers, wig wearers, inventors, and factory makers, until a fragile reading aid became one of the most ordinary, life-changing objects on Earth.